Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.
Oh shit, son! I felt like yeah, you definitely took the belt in the first 30 seconds.
I did.
Yeah, did you buy the gizmo for the thing?
I did. Oh shit, let me get it.
We were talking right before you came in that the winner of the belt should have to donate to the Kasich campaign, since that is even less effective than burning $10.
Yeah, actually, what about donating to Cruz now? Can you donate now that his campaign's ended?
I don't know, can you?
Donating to Kasich is a bigger waste of money. It's money than donating to a suspended campaign. So here we go. The lightning reaction
Oh, it's smaller than I thought it'd be.
electric shock game.
Murderito.
Apparently, people are saying there is now a chapter in the Murderito book about the Zodiac Killer. And I know that someone wrote a chapter during Weird Things about, what is it?
Find things.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Oh, wow.
That's my jam! It's gonna be great.
Yeah, man. Dude, look at that. All right, so that's gonna be a thing. We're gonna do something with this.
All right. Well, since
God
you
knows what.
since you bought that was like $20, so we'll call that the other half of your swear jar.
No. I'll donate to old John Kasich.
Are you serious?
John Kasich. At this point, I'm only doing this so, like, whenever, if at some point somebody pulls up my political donation history, I can just have it spread around.
It's clear you've done all of them.
Yeah.
Who would pick this photo?
Help them grow their momentum any minute now.
Are you going after Larry Sanders
Cash.
fans?
Keish, positive vision for America.
What is
That's
it,
a hell of a
$10?
tagline.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Help us grow more momentum. We need it. What's the countdown to the end of his campaign?
Well,
All right, so here, let me see if I can. Oh crap! Here, wait. I'll see if I can show you guys my me filling it out here.
yeah, you can wait until the confirmation page if you don't want to.
So
Oh no, I'm not giving any of my actual information.
at some point, I in near the end of the show, I jammed a finger in my eye accidentally and knocked my contact sideways, and had to just kind of guess where it was to slide it back.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
jeez.
Yeah, no, it worked. It worked out. We're all good.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3, eat, poop, drive. All right. Is that all the information you have to give on that?
Apartment. Finger your
Finger your.
own asshole. City
Frisco.
or town.
California.
Arkansas. Oh shit! Wait, do I?
Yeah, yeah, I always do 90210.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad you corrected the spelling on that, Justin. You have to say who your employer is?
Yeah.
Jerome.
Harvard.
Harvard guy.
All right.
Oh, you're not gonna
Let's
keep
maybe
on
not show your
going?
credit card number. Let's not do that.
Oh yeah, what are we gonna call this one?
Oh, yeah, let's go to the show bit.
Show me butt. 5-second belt. I kind of like the satanic crossfitter, but that gives away a pretty good
I like
That
part.
fuck.
I think that's why burpees for Beelzebub works a little better.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, no, I'm down with it. It's an actual joke that doesn't give anything away.
Okay.
Burpees for Beelzebub.
Oh.
Better
Thank
than you have a
you.
Cthulhu deck.
Literally lighting money on fire. Donating to John Kasich.
Well done, sir. Well done.
Man. So you gotta get out and get packed up or
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If you want to do a post show,
I'll be around.
You guys can hang around. The thing is, I don't know if Bonnie's gone to bed yet, but there's a chance I can go pack before I'm waking her up to do so. So let me run do that, and hopefully the
Go
party will
ahead,
still be
go
rocking.
ahead, and yeah. I mean, like, you got a lot to get to. So,
All right, cool. I'll see you guys in just a bit.
Yeah. Hey, Justin.
what's up, homie?
Are there any worse uses of $10? Like, can we imagine anything that is
Man,
less
you-
effective?
That is such cruelty. Yeah, I don't know, man. He's a real wiener. Like, I don't think there's any element like of anybody on Earth who's like, yay, John Kasich right now.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, Democrats, he's the wrong party, right?
Right.
Boo John Kasich. If you are for somebody other than Donald Trump, then you're like, boo John Kasich. Even if you're rooting for John Kasich, I mean, you got to be like, all right, well, I mean, we kind of also didn't like his whole like theory right now is like, hooray, we're gonna beat Donald Trump. So he's like, okay, we're stopping other people from doing that. Like that's like why we're rooting for him. And obviously, if you're for Donald Trump, you're like, no, F John Kasich. He's the only other person in the running right now.
Yeah. I think like if I gave someone $10 to stab me in the stomach and leave me in an alley to bleed out,
Yeah.
but still that's going back
That
into
would
the
be-
economy.
that'd be
That's
far
going
more
back into the economy.
self-destructive.
That's
That would
helping
be far
local
more
business.
self-destructive than you just giving money to John Kasich. I mean, he has a very, very square head, which is something that is underrated. Like he has a tremendously square head, and he always kind of talks like the loudest dude at Bennigan's.
I didn't get a chance to show you guys this great Photoshop.
Oh, damn. We need to put that out.
All ages equals Full House.
Shit, we should have also mentioned, yeah, it is an all ages show, man. So everybody can show up.
Yeah.
Alice Magnolia definitely coming, man. We secured a guitar for her. She is flying up. She has another gig the next day. She is really sacrificing to
wow.
to make it there and back. But dude, I'm so pumped, man. I kind of feel like you know, I wish we had a little bit more momentum going into the show, but you know, it's gonna be great, man.
Yeah, I mean, you're saving it for you're saving your juice, your comedy juices
For the show.
for the show.
I mean,
There's a question mark at the end of that sentence.
yeah. No. It's going to be a great show. There's no way that Allie coming on and Tom being there and that energy that we're not going to be able to do a super fun show.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I mean, because it's also this kind of weird unofficial little mini con, isn't it? Like with everybody that's like coming out, like we have Time Jumpers flying out. I think Jury Facts is flying out. I think TV Zegon's flying out. Like there's Tom's flying up. Like there's Brett's coming out. We have some of our old friends. Jason Howell's coming out. Padre SJ's coming out.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, no, I mean it's super fun. To be honest with you, I feel like that's actually kind of I think part of the reason why it's there's kind of a little nervousness to it. Like there's like I think the entire time we've kind of felt that like it's almost like all of our thoughts about Night Attack are kind of crashing against the reality that like the show is more than what we always kind of put it in a box as. You know? It's like the reason why we don't have merch. Because like to admit that we needed merch would be to admit that like we have like a thing, you know, and it's always this silly other thing, and it's not like, you know, this revenue stream or something, right? You know, even with the Patreon, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's great to do, but I hope that this is kind of the wake up call. I hope that this is kind of the big, you know, a big element of like, hey, look, you know, we could do shows, and we could do shows that made money, and we could do shirts that sold and made money, and you know, we could continue to build this, and we can continue to make it bigger and better and more awesome, and get it out to more and more people, because it seems like the people that watch it like it, you know.
Yeah. I'm really excited about how many live shows have ended up on the slate for this year. South by this in San Francisco, CreateCon coming up, DragonCon.
Yep.
Did I forget one? No, I think that's it.
And then who knows what else? I mean,
Yeah.
we were talking about maybe doing another live show aside from that somewhere else, and you know, we'll see what happens. But you know, this is the big one, you know, because this is just us doing it in San Francisco for the sake of doing it in San Francisco, and not tying it to something else. And I think that's probably why we wound up doing it free. But we'll see.
Can you remind me, because
Uh-huh.
it's been a whole week,
Yeah.
and I don't remember where we landed on what the whole bit is gonna be again with the zapper? I know at one point
We don't know. I mean, anything that was we came up with. I think the initial idea was that we would zap, and the person who lost the zap would then have to like almost get a truth or dare kind of thing. But I don't know if that is the cleanest way for us to do it, right?
Yeah. I'm
Jagger, do you guys ever think about opening phone lines post Night Attack anymore? Sure.
Oh,
I mean,
shit. I've forgotten to open it up. Whoops. That's my bad. But also, no one's ever been like, hey, I want to Skype in. Yeah, because I'm just trying to think of, like, if I need to re-prep stuff for...
Bring some consequences. Bring some...
Okay.
Some of the proppy consequences that we had for DIAF, but we'll come up with something. You know,
Okay.
there's a lot invested in this being a good show. Anybody who comes out will not be disappointed. I will guarantee you that there will be no disappointment in this
Which is
show.
why I'm so worried to just make sure I'm set up for this, whatever this bit ends up being.
But you get in Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
And then, yeah, I guess we'll have to talk off the air about more like logistical things. But I think,
Yeah, I just need. I wanted. I got word today officially that Gertz isn't coming. So that was the last thing that I wanted to figure out on our end before I just put. I put you and me and Allie and Brian on, just an email with the venue just to do one final like, hey, let's make sure that we're cool for live streaming. Let's make sure that we're cool for what our mic situation is, and we'll have everybody go ahead and take a look at exactly what the tech stuff is and make sure that we're not forgetting anything.
cool.
Yeah, no. Ali Gertz was by the way, initially just invited because Mitsula accidentally
got the wrong alley. He added the wrong alley.
Yeah, he added the wrong alley. And not to say that we don't love Ali Gertz. We love Ali Gertz with all of our heart and would love to do a live show with her. It was just by accident that she got it added on that. Initially, she was like, yeah, I'll definitely come up. And then she was like, oh, shit, I forgot. So,
do we want to take a look at some pre-show videos? Do you want to just chill?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, let me try to see where we stopped at. Here's 100-watt potato peeler.
A clean hand job. I'm gonna show you the awesomest kitchen gadget you have ever seen. Now, my dear sweet missus came to me and said, what would you like for supper? I had planned on a squash soup. I says, yeah, of course. Anything you want, baby sugar, Harley darling. Just not squash soup. We settled on a roast of beef and potatoes. It's the best of both worlds. You get the vegetarian, what with the potato, and you get to put a big old slab of meat right in your mouth hole. However, loving husband that I am, I offered to peel the potatoes. Now, normally, I don't use one of them wincy little peelers. I use a proper paring knife and just pare the thing off. But ever forward, there's got to be a better way.
So I guess that's a lathe? Some sort of lathe tool?
Now, you could use high-speed steel for this. However, the dirt on the potatoes is going to give you a headache after a while. That's right. Cut Stun Tar Glide, the paragon of materials.
Look at how much he's wasting. Oh.
Yeah, there's that.
Got a little failure to choose. That's okay, though. Learn from our mistakes. What we need is a live center. Contact. Oh, see, there's a bit of a spring cut there. That's okay.
Now I'll tell you, I made mashed potatoes a few weeks back.
Now look, see it that way. A truer potato
Oh,
was
God.
never peeled. Within a thou, easy. So next time you come from a machinery auction with a lathe in your back pocket and your wife asks you, what do you need that for? Now you know. I got your back, brother.
I made mashed potatoes a couple weeks back. I made them homemade.
Wait, have you never made mashed potatoes before?
No, I have. But I don't have a peeler, so I was just doing it with a knife.
Oh, okay. You weren't just smashing them with the skin in?
No, I boil them. No. I skin them and then I boil them and smash them after.
Zem the Matcher says, can you watch my video now since you have time? It's worth it. Trust me.
I mean, if you.
I mean, yeah, you gotta. I mean, we don't know. We weren't like, hey, fuck Zem the Mattress's video, and we remember it, right? You just put the URL back there. You know, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's not listed on.
Or at least I love it. It's a classic. I mean, again, you just need to throw the URL in, and we'll figure it out.
Give me that Control V, buddy.
Yeah, man.
But I just remember how long it took because I probably wasn't using the right knife. Probably wasn't the best experienced at it. So,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Losing all of that meat of the potato versus
It's gonna give you, yeah.
you know.
I mean, I guess the idea would be would you sacrifice that element of the potato if you could peel a perfect potato in 5 seconds?
right.
You know?
But I don't need it in 5 seconds. But I would like it faster than.
I mean, Guy Smiley's saying the lathe thing is a joke, right? And that's the reason why it's a funny video is because he's doing something silly that you don't normally do all the time.
Wait, am I not supposed to do that with my lathe?
I don't know, man. You lathe it the way you can get lathed whenever you want.
Okay, so Zem's.
Now introversion is kicking in hardcore. Why? Give us the goddamn video. Is this video?
It was this Carson bit.
They had done some studies, and it turns
Here, skip
out.
it to the song then.
Oh, there's a song.
Yeah.
And it left.
All right,
No
here,
song.
go back to. Oh, it's a poem. Sorry.
But later in June, beneath the full moon, forgive me, I wanted a salad. So I slipped out and fondled a carrot.
Here, can you pause it for a second?
Yeah.
If there's anybody who is ever famous enough to be on a traditional talk show set, right? Here's the one-step solution to being awesome and getting ass backed all the time. stand up. Stand up from your seat. Have a point where you have to make it, and it is so exciting that you're standing up and they have to pan out a little bit. If you watch like best ofs, it almost happens all the time. People are standing up constantly. That's what I've noticed. Everybody stands up. Standing up on a talk show set, hilarious. Instant gold.
Look at Tom Cruise on Oprah.
Dude, he took it to the next level, and it's the most famous talk show segment of all time. Let's keep going.
Feathery top. With the force of a brute, I tore out the root, and it whimpered and came with a pop. Then laying my hand on a radish, I jerked, and it left a small crater. Then with the blade of my true value spade, I exhumed a slumbering tater. Celery I plucked, I twisted a squash. Tomatoes were wincing in fear. I choked the romaine. It screamed out in pain. Their anguish was filling my ears. I finally came to the lettuce as it cringed at the top of the row. With one wicked slice, I beheaded it twice. As it writhed, I dealt a death blow. I butchered the onions and parsley till my hoe was all covered with gore. I chopped and I whacked without looking back. Then I stealthily slipped in the door. My bounty lay naked, dying. So I drowned them to snuff out their life. I sliced and I peeled as they thrashed, and they reeled on the cutting board under my knife. I violated tomatoes, so their innards could never survive. I grated and ground till they made not a sound, then I boiled the tater alive. And then I took the small broken pieces I had tortured and killed with my hands and tossed them together, heedless of whether they suffered or made their demands. I ate them. Forgive me, I'm sorry. But hear me, though I'm a beginner, those plants feel pain. So it's hard to explain to someone who eats them for dinner. I intend to begin a crusade for plants' rights, including chickpeas. And the ACLU will be helping me, too. In the meantime, please pass the blue cheese.
That's marvelous. That's good. Thank you, Becky.
That's like laughter when the light comes on, man. Like that's well constructed. That's well delivered. That's funny comedy. Like, I mean, listen, we obviously do an edgier, weirder kind of show. It is not the kind of humor that we normally have on the show, but that's really funny, man. That's well done, especially for that era, like where you're trying to get away with stuff that's like super clean on television, right? Like that was great.
Andy Daly does a character, Dalton Wilcox. I did not realize it was based on this act, Baxter Black.
Oh, really?
He's the whole point of Daly's character is that he's the poet laureate of the West. And all of his poems are generally about killing monsters and fucking a hole in the ground.
I mean, you know, as one does, I guess.
But watching this, it was like, oh yeah, this is like exactly the cadence and like this dude, he is doing this guy, which is interesting.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I don't know. I mean, like comedy's hard. Like there's really like there's no way to say, hey, the kind of stuff that we are doing, you know, like that's in any way funny or funnier than you know what that is. I mean, again, that's something that killed back when like 40 million people watched the Tonight Show, you know?
Yeah. Orison sounds like they have a game asking if we're interested. Yeah, man, if you got a game, send it in.
Yes. No. Please. For God's sakes.
Here, this looks like it could be something.
Good.
Yeah, they was all over a bureau. They was up there, had a bureau that they didn't have no bureau. And they won a bird. They were hanging around to get a bird. Called mailman gave me a dime. I was just they were arguing over a bird. They probably took this bird and shot it.
I mean, she says beer funny.
Yeah. Orson says for next week or something. I mean, so we'll have the show on Saturday.
Yeah,
That'll probably be the show for next Tuesday.
that will be the show. But yeah, no show next Tuesday.
So
Yeah, we
2
might
weeks.
wind up doing something on Tuesday. Who knows? Might be not attack.
Could be a not attack.
Could be a not attack. But Saturday will be the show, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern time. That will be the show. Now, I don't want to promise because it was only mentioned, and I don't know for sure whether or not this is the case, but there is a mounted HD camera pointing toward where we are performing that they have used to live stream before, and they said that it was likely that we could use it, and I told them that even if they didn't have people there to man it, that we could certainly figure out how to
Yeah.
unplug something into a computer that we had and stream it. So
Yeah.
we hopefully will have
yeah.
not just a live stream, but something pretty good live streamed. But we don't know. I mean, we can't promise.
Yeah. Can you do that email tonight or tomorrow morning so I can
I'll do
get
it
in
right
on that?
now. If you can tap dance for a second.
Sure. What's today? Today, you know, a lot of those date specific memes. It's been a lot of that. This is like date specific meme territory.
How do you mean?
So you have the start on the last day of April. You have the Backstreet Boys. It's gonna be May.
Yes,
Joke.
exactly. Yeah.
We've got May the 4th be with you coming up tomorrow.
Indeed.
There was
Cinco de Mayo the day after that.
Cinco de Mayo. But that's not really a meme, but
Racist.
I'm saying it's not a joke. There was one going around that it's a screen cap from like Metal Gear Solid 2 or something, and it takes place on like the second to last day of April or something. It's like it's just like right in this like week or two, it's like a little bit of a confluence of like date specific jokes. I think it's very interesting. Revenge of the 5th, yeah. I'm playing. I was playing for a minute there. This newish game, Stardew Valley. I think some of the people in the fans will know it. And it's like if someone was like, "Hey, these Harvest Moon games were really good. Let's just do that, but like make it good because they were bad and they weren't for computer." Yeah, Starcrack Valley basically. And I don't know. I get a very specific, untapped enjoyment out of. They have it has open-ended romance options. So there are like 10 people. I think they just upped it to 12 with this new update. People that you can romance. And you give them gifts, and if they like the gifts, you get relationship points behind the scenes, and you get enough hearts, and then you can give them a bouquet, and then like some sort of necklace or a bracelet or something. And I was streaming it a week or two back, and I don't know what it is about like a virtual game, because I've streamed some more explicit games on Twitch, but it's something about streaming games just like, I don't know. I think it makes me seem more promiscuous, maybe. Like, I don't know. The it's very weird. But I will say Stardew Valley has some good-looking boys. No?
Bryce, all I'm saying is like I need you to tap dance for like 5 minutes. All right, I need you. I like you need to keep this. You need to keep this running. Normally, when that happens, it's like, hey, we'll watch some videos.
Yeah.
Who's got some questions? What's going on? Does anybody want to see something at the live show? Open-ended stuff, not just a very central digression into fucking boys you'd like to fuck in computer games. Christ, man, just help me out so I can get this fucking email.
Okay, here's something.
Stop.
Okay, I can get with this. Okay. Orson, well, now we know what the fox says, finally. Okay. There we go. It's almost over. Okay, what else? Sterling keeps posting another Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. That's 6 minutes. Boy.
Oh, I guess it's my turn to choose a card. Let's see. What is the biggest thing in the world?
That's a tricky one.
A mountains? A sky? A windmill?
No!
If only there was a way to learn more about the world.
Yes, if only there was some way to learn more information about this.
Wow, look!
I'm a computer. I'm a computery guy. Everything made out of buttons and wires. I'd like to show you inside my digital life. Inside my mind there is a digital mind.
Oh, maybe you could help us answer this question. What is the biggest
Clever.
thing?
I'm very clevery guy.
Wow.
Count to a 50 in the blink of my eye and print a picture. And then I tell you the time.
Time?
Help you to find something you're wanting to find. No, it's easy to be a clever, smart boy like me if you just do it all digitally.
Wow, I'd like to be as smart as a computer.
Actually, we already have a computer.
Great news! Now, before we begin our journey, I just need to get some information from you. What's your name? Where do you live? What do you like to eat?
I live in my house.
Spaghetti!
Well, my name is...
Great news! Now just a few more questions and we'll be on our way.
Wait a second.
What's your favourite colour?
Stop
Do you
talking.
like cows or goat's milk?
Be
Do you
quiet.
have brown hair? What is your blood type? Are you allergic
Shut
to
up!
Don't touch me!
What?
Welcome to my digital home. Everything made out of numbers and code.
Wow, we're all computery.
Oh yeah, wow, 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 because of the computer.
I don't get it. How can can it be if I'm sitting at home but I'm inside the screen?
But you're not you. You're your digital you. Virtually real, but controlled by real you.
But if he's not quite real, then I'm not real too. And you're not real you is inside your real you.
Oh wow, how amazing and interesting too. But in this digital world,
Oh,
what
God.
can we do?
I'm gonna.
What can we do?
Oh, good question. Well, it's up to you. In the digital world, there's over 3 things to do.
Wow, look, a pie chart.
Digital style.
Do a digital dancing. Hey, this is fun.
Wow, look, a bar graph.
Digital style.
Do a digital dancing. Hey, this is fun.
Wow, look, a line graph.
Digital style.
Do a digital dancing. Hey, this is fun.
Wow, look, an oblong.
Digital style.
Do a digital dancing. Hey, this is fun.
Wow, look, nothing.
Digital style.
Do a digital dancing. Hey, this is fun.
Nothing.
Digital style.
Dancing. Hey, this is fun.
Nothing.
Digital style.
Do a digital dancing. Hey, this is fun. Dancing. Hey, this is fun.
I am going to paint a picture of a clown. My dad has a computer. You are not invited to the party.
Wait, what?
So,
Well, I mean, like, so my video went crazy crap for, so I couldn't see half of it. It's still kind of watercolors.
I don't. So this
I
is
don't-
like.
I missed Mudge.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Are you there?
Cool. Is my video coming in all right?
Yeah, you look fine. Are we coming in bad?
Yeah, it's coming in crap.
Oh, that's weird. I can stop and start again.
Yeah, let's just try. See if that does any better.
Yeah.
Oh wow, perfect.
Hey, there we go. That video was. I feel like I don't get this series. I don't get what it's trying to do. You know?
It's very well done.
Yeah, what it is doing, it's executing on a very high level.
Yeah.
But
I mean, who knows?
Is it-
Hey,
oh.
let me just read this to you. Super excited for the show this week and a few questions as we make some final preparations. Looks like we're going to need 4 mics for people talking and an input for an iPad. We'll also need 1 mic for an acoustic guitar because Allie's going to be playing on an acoustic.
yeah,
Sounds right?
one. Yeah.
Are we going to be able to use your live streaming capabilities? Question mark. Where are we at on Eventbrite activity? That's just out of curiosity, though.
Yeah.
Excited. Let me know if you need anything else from us. Is there anything else that you want to throw in there?
I would say right after the live streaming capabilities, maybe just say, if not, do you have internet or Wi-Fi that we would be able to set up something ourselves?
Yeah, I'll follow. I know they have Wi-Fi that's pretty good. So,
Okay.
So
Because
if
it sounds
they
like
say no, I'd rather lead in with, okay, cool, but it's cool if we use your Wi-Fi, right? Because
Okay.
I know they have it.
gotcha. Because yeah.
Rad. All right, so I'm gonna send that to you.
But these Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. Having seen these two, like the basic beats are like, you know,
Hey, this looks like a regular thing. What? This is
What?
not a regular thing. It's a little weird and esoteric, and you don't know whether or not the calm, placid tone of a Sesame Street thing is going to take a left turn, and it just kind of takes very bizarre left turns, but never like they're always like almost
There's
like
this-
horror left turns.
yeah, there isn't any like substance or reasoning to discern from it. It's like, here's a wacky thing for the sake of having this left turn, which
Well, people are saying that these are that this is a story, right? That they are trying to connect a larger story. So if that's the case, and a lot of this kind of plays into other stuff, then I can get it, man. I'm down with it. I'm not trying to shit on these.
yeah, and I've seen some of these. You know, people will have used clips from these things as like gifs and stuff, and I think that's kind of a funny thing, just in that specific sense of like gift fodder. Sterling says it's very supposedly there's an overarching story, but it's very obscure. Yeah, no. Some people are saying, what kind of mindfuck drugs are they on? I wouldn't say. I would not say that the use of...
Can we have this conversation about drugs?
Okay, let's talk drugs.
So, and this is coming from people for whom, like, I have been told by people that enjoy stuff that I do that I am on drugs constantly.
Really?
I will say this: the bizarre stuff that you guys enjoy, that you might think people had to be high while doing, highly likely that they were not high.
Yeah.
Like that you know, it's and that's fine, man. Like, drugs are great. I love drugs. Drugs are awesome, right? And not to say that you need to do it sober, you need to do it high, you need to do it drunk, or you need to do it any old way. Like, I'm just saying that more so than you would think when you say, oh, they had to be on blank. That is your interpretation of it as opposed to an accurate summation of how it might have been done.
And it's usually just it's almost like flat out saying, I don't know where this act that I just saw is relative to this person's normal, self. Like, relative to myself, that would be crazy wacko, but I have no bearing of what it could be to somebody else.
Like Germ 24, the guy who made Alf was on drugs. There are a lot of people that are on drugs, right? Like, there are a lot of people that are drinking. Doesn't mean that they write everything that they do drunk, or that, like, that's things are mutually exclusive. I mean, that kind of gets to a larger conversation about drugs, that, like, nothing is ever just like
drugs.
Like we have an idea about alcohol, right? If I have a glass of beer, a glass of wine, I am far closer to sober than if I have 6 beers or 6 glasses of wine, right? But when it comes to some drugs, and I'll throw in weed, coke, psychedelics, stuff like that, there is, and I suspect this is not any sinister thing, it's just more that less people have done these things. You have the sense more so that, like, it's a switch flip, in the same way that some people who have certain ideas about alcohol think that as soon as you take a sip of alcohol, there is a switch flip and you are now a different person.
Right.
So it's like a lot of people have different ideas about what that is. And I think that's part of when we assign stuff creatively. I would just take a guess. And again, this is my projection. So I don't know, maybe every awesome album written ever is written on heroin, or, on every great script is written when people are coked out, and every weird viral video was done when people were doing ecstasy or acid or Molly or something like that, right?
Yeah. Well, even then, I guess depending on how big the production is, even if in some sort of development or production stage you are under the influence, drunk or high or whatever, like, you don't, I imagine the one thing that would be tougher across the board would be the actual logistics of finishing a thing. Like, if you were coked out of your mind, are you gonna, is a really cool thing gonna come up when you go into, Adobe Premiere and upload that to YouTube?
Well, that's probably the wrong drug to make that.
Well, yeah.
Because, like, coke is really all about focus. Like, all of a sudden, that's all you can do is focus on the thing that you're doing. There's a reason why coke is used by creative professionals, and it can get dangerous, for creative professionals, because coke is a productivity drug. There's a reason why elements of that culture has gone to stuff like Adderall.
That's right.
Because you are looking at similar
use cases.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say, still, I don't think that this is a surprise, even on the public stream, I still have never done a drug. I've never had a drug.
I mean, you drank because I bought.
Oh well,
drinks.
I've
drank before.
I've
yeah.
drank, yeah. But I not weed, not I don't think I've had like I've been to hookah, but just like over the counter hookah.
Yeah. And listen, man, that's rad. I mean, like, I don't know.
Well,
I
mean, I'm not even trying to like hoist it up as anything. It's just like
no. I don't think you are. I mean, I think that's just that's the thing, and a lot of it is cultural. And by the way, I think that you would be more in, if not the majority, in the very, very strong minority, in our little subsection of the internet.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely like there are all manner of nerd.
Yeah.
And some of them are drug nerd, and some aren't. Like some people like to get high and watch like stuff that other people won't let them watch, and watch C-SPAN, as my darling wife is chiming in. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't know who likes to get high and watch C-SPAN, because like I would probably fall into that subsection, and I don't think I've ever gotten high and watched C-SPAN.
Yeah.
C-SPAN is boring as shit.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think anybody watches C-SPAN unless they have to.
Oh fuck! What was I gonna say? Yeah. So like it's always interesting because people kind of like assume that I am like a regular toker. Like even in high school, I guess I've had the long hair for a while. Like people just kind of thought I was, a stoner. I'm not. I just kind of look like one a little bit. I'm kind of a little airheady like one, but like don't judge me based on my hair.
Judge me, bro.
You know me.
Yeah, man. No, I've definitely like I can understand that, and certainly I don't know. Part of it is because drugs just have a weird place in our culture.
Yeah.
Right. Like. And by the way, I don't think it's a bad place. I think we should think a lot about drugs, and I think that like I don't mind there being an intellectual or a cultural barrier to drugs, because I kind of feel like you should think a lot about it. That it shouldn't necessarily, like, if we're going to choose the drugs that we are going to be okay with, then like obviously medical is fine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, we'd rather have those quote unquote freely available. Not to say that those can't be abused, because they are constantly. But if alcohol and then now rising rapidly weed are the drugs that we as a culture have kind of chosen to be okay, then I'm fine with that. Like, like I'm sure that, you can't prove a negative, right? So you can't prove that the world would be better if we were cooler with heroin. By the way, Orison in the chat room, early Arabic texts refer to cannabis as the bush of understanding or the shrub of emotion. Historical fact or BS? I don't know, but I know that I have smoked weed with either you or someone like you fucking since I was in high school. Like, there's always somebody who's got fucking just weed facts. Like, you've subscribed to Weed Facts. Press 1 to unsubscribe. There is always that one dude who wants to tell you about how fucking Charles DuPont made fucking weed illegal because he wanted to sell his own fiber or something.
Dude, like in the Odyssey, they weren't smoking weird plants. It was weed.
No, there is always Weed Facts. Weed Facts guy or girl. And God bless him. So fuck you for stereotyping me. I know I'm not saying I'm stereotyping you. I'm saying I know you. I know you, Jake Scully. There is I have communed with your tribe.
I'm gonna go to Google.com and I'm just gonna type in quotes weed facts. I was kind of actually like hoping to see like a text message. I don't know, prank bit. I don't know.
Yes, Ben Franklin. It was an Avatar reference. I make Avatar references.
Ooh.
Deal with it. Listen, man. No, and by the way, I'm not making fun of the weed facts guy or girl. Like, because I'll tell you what, when you are baked out of your mind, sometimes you need to hear some weed facts, and like, you know, it is an interesting way to pass the time.
Here, Orson's got another fun fact. A human being can survive 1,000 degrees Celsius for 9 seconds without suffering permanent damage.
Oh yeah, no, that's the reason why Brian can eat fire.
Shit, what was I gonna say? Did you see about? Oh, we've actually got a phone call.
Yes. Jackie Hearn's been trying to call in.
It's actually not Jackie Hearn. Beverages.
No, I'm not Jackie Hearn. I'm sorry.
What's going on? Who are you?
No, I'm Emily. I had a question. It's going to be really stupid with all the drug talk. It's so stupid. What is it like to be high on marijuana? Is that a dumb question? That's a dumb question.
I'm interested. I'd like to know what it's.
Hold on, wait a minute. We have a special
special correspondent.
Is it on?
Nope.
Check.
A little
One
more?
of these will make it work.
Oh.
Are we even plugged in? I
Little
don't
more.
know.
I hear her.
I'm thinking to myself. Burp, burp, burp.
Ashley, where are you?
Check.
Oh.
Over here. Hey.
All right. Hey, there she is.
Oh, see, this is my favorite seat in the house. Hi.
Hi.
Let me tell you what it's like to be on marijuana.
Check.
You take a few drags. You think you're good. Wait, isn't that how you say it? Okay, whatever. See, I'm a frequent smoker of the marijuana. I love it so much. No, I don't. I did. Whatever. You just don't want me sitting on your lap. So basically, you're having a good time with your friends at a party. And you take a few hits. Is it hits? Is that what the kids are calling it? I'm sorry.
No, you call it
hits.
drags.
Fuck you. And then you get very self-conscious. You kind of, or self-aware is the way to put it. Self-aware, kind of very self-reflective in everything around you. And then you become very introverted and you cry a lot because you're very paranoid about how what everybody's saying or how they're looking at you. And it's the worst experience ever. Just say no, then go, kids.
You mean
so that's
it's
Ashley.
You mean it's like how I exist in everyday life?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, listen. That is certainly one way to do it, and that is how a lot of people do experience it. A lot of people have different experiences to different things. For me, it is certainly something that kind of you experience a little bit of the time dilation. So moments seem to last a little bit longer, and you are self
Reflective.
introspective in that, like, you are in your own head a little bit more. But some people find that to be a very creative kind of thing, and some people, find it to be something that is paranoid and terrifying.
I think for me, I have anxiety, so it is not a good thing for me to be in my own head like that.
Yeah.
See, I had always thought that, just from hearing other people, that marijuana was supposed to calm me down, but hell, I don't know anything.
Well, no, I mean, it is. And listen, there's a lot that only now, by the way, what was that? No, Ashley's saying she's the anomaly. I don't think so, though. I mean, I think that there's a lot of people that have those kinds of situations, that, and a lot of it is also because, I feel like as we go forward and kind of have, marijuana as part of our culture more and more as it is kind of becoming more legalized, that you've already seen in cities and states that have that you have this like differentiation of like, okay, well, this strain of this does this to you and this strain of this does this to you. And I don't know how much of that is pseudoscience, but from what I am told by people who sell weed for a living, like professionally, like not like in like dispensaries, not like drug dealers, there are these lines or whatever. So I would say, I don't know, your mileage may vary. I would never suggest that anybody do anything, but that is just my personal experience, is that it certainly is, you feel a little foggy or cloudy, but also for me, there is a little bit of the voice in my head that kind of goes down as opposed to it being amplified. And so maybe I'm not thinking about everything that I do 1,000,000 different times before I do it, and I just kind of do it. And things, the thoughts of every ramification of my actions are blunted a little bit. But again, for Ashley, it's literally the exact opposite. So I think that is more so about the fascinating possibilities of the human brain than it is necessarily about weed. But
Yeah.
that
Cool. Well, thanks for the call, Emily.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Hot bevs.
Bevs. Jackie was calling a minute ago. Let me see if I can contact her. Jackie, when Jackie gets high, I'd like to see if she could tell us if maybe this is what she's calling about.
Yeah.
Jackie.
Jackie Hearn on the line now. Real quick, Devo in the chat room says shrooms are better than beer, or better than weed, or better than hard alcohol. And he says shit I haven't done. So I don't know whether or not all that is shit he hasn't done, or that that is alcohol is hard alcohol is better than all the shit he hasn't done.
Yeah,
But,
it's better than.
I would differ with your hierarchy, but listen, man, life's a rich tapestry, and we can all paint whatever we want. Jack, what are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised by your reaction, Justin, because I know that you went to, school, or you grew up in Florida in public university, and you had that same sort of life experience. So I'm kind of surprised that of your sort of like, have you not done LSD? Have you not done mushrooms? Have you not done these things? I mean, you don't have to go into more of that. And I know we know some of your background on Night Attack, but yeah, but that's a whole nother question. I think we were talking about weed, and I think that what Ashley said earlier is spot on, but it depends on your reaction to it. And what your reaction to it one day might not be the same the next day. And for some people, it might be exactly the calming thing that you need in your life to keep you from drinking, to keep you from feeling depressed, to keep you, keep your glaucoma in check, to keep all that other stuff. And I mean, those are legitimate excuses or reasons to use it. And, there's different strands of weed, of course. And, you can go with the body high or the mind high, or the body high meaning the body low, meaning that it relaxes you. And it's not the end of the world. It's not what Nancy Reagan wanted us to believe it would be. And I think everybody's starting to see that. So anyways, I'll pause here.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I think popular culture would agree with you, because people keep voting for it to be legal, to the point where it would be an upset if by the time that we are all gone from this earth, that it wasn't totally legal in America. So that would be an upset. There are a million different ways that you can look at weed, and I don't know, but what was your point before? Like that I've talked about doing LSD, and I don't know if I've talked about doing mushrooms.
Okay, all right. It seemed like you were kind of dismissing marijuana in a way that made me think, well, this guy's from South Florida. Like, I mean, because marijuana is honestly, I think that you would have seen enough crazy stuff that you would see that it is by far safer than alcohol. Anybody I know who is a regular pot smoker, I feel is better off than anybody I know who's a regular alcohol drinker.
Oh, sure. I mean, but I think that that's almost an unfair comparison.
No,
right?
how so? Other than the fact that alcohol is legal.
One's legal and one's not, right? And I'm not saying.
But how does that make it better for you health wise?
No. Here, you're misunderstanding me. I when I say that it's unfair, I only mean that like in terms of us actually judging it kind of apples to apples, right? I think that pot is great. Pot's a great way if you are somebody here, and I only speak from my own experience, right? If you are somebody who finds yourself in situations where you tend to destructively binge drink, and that is to say, after drink 3, the distance between drinks 1 and 5, a long time. The distance between drinks 5 and 15,
right,
very short, because you get like momentum in your drinking and it tends to become out of control.
Yep.
Weed is something for which is probably a healthier situation, and also tends to slow things down a lot, and you tend to think a little bit more about stuff, and you are better off. It will make for a better night ultimately, if that is the case, or at least that has been my experience. Now, the only thing that I say whenever it gets into like, oh, is weed better than alcohol? Number one, we don't have to choose, do we? Right? There's not like a thing where we can only have one. Because I would like to have both, because I think that both are fun, and I think that both can be used responsibly. But I would the only thing that I say when you say you can't compare it is that like because alcohol is legal, more people will abuse it. Now, health-wise, I think, yes, people get their stomachs pumped because they drink too much alcohol. You can smoke as much weed as you could possibly think.
Yes,
and
but you're going to die. You're going to die if you drink too much alcohol.
You will die. I agree
but
with
that. That's not going to happen to you if you smoke marijuana.
It won't. No. Now, I think that there is an element I was going to say something and I'm not going to say it only because I think it would be unfair to categorize, to just say like, all right, well, like lazy stoners are a thing because drinkers are a thing,
Yeah, but there are lazy alcoholics, and then there are functional alcoholics. There are functional weed smokers. There are lazy weed smokers. Yeah, definitely.
There are functional. Let me just say this. There are functional everything users. There are functional ecstasy users. There are functional coke users. There are functional crack smokers. There are functional heroin users.
No, but you're not going to compare that to marijuana.
I'm not. No. I'm not saying, again, this is not Jackie. Listen, let me just say this unequivocally. So Jackie can hear it. I am 100% on team weed. I will fight against criticism of weed. I am on weed's team. Weed can count me as an ally through and through. Hey, weed, you have my axe.
Yes, weed can.
There's no element of this that I want to reflect poorly on weed. Hooray, weed, right? Hooray! All I'm saying is that there are people who recreationally use things that we demonize as life killers. And not to say that they cannot kill your life. They can. I'm saying that they are recreationally used by some people.
Right. Okay. So are you saying that using weed as a recreational drug is worse than using it as a regular user? Like, I smoke every day. I wake and bake. I get up and it's the thing that gets me through the day because it cures my anxiety. It cures my depression or all the other things that come my way.
No, I mean, I like, especially because in California, there is a lot of, you have to go to, you wind up going to a doctor to get your weed card.
Correct.
Right? And they give you a prescription.
Correct.
And that is what you are prescribed to take. Now,
well, although everybody knows that 99% of that is kind of a joke, that you just go to that one doctor, in Venice Beach, right on the pier or near the, near the Santa Monica Pier. There's a doctor there. You walk in, you say,
yeah, some are more serious than others.
Yeah, right.
There is the doctor who's also playing devil sticks, and
no, because it's a middleman. It's a middleman thing that the California government has set up.
Yeah, but there are people for whom will give you, like I have talked to doctors that have given me prescriptions for things that I could follow that were serious, and they were in lab coats. Now, granted, that doctor's office that I went to the first time has now been cleared out with literally no trace of the doctor there anymore, which does not necessarily speak highly to it being a very reputable practice. But that being said, it seemed to be a very reputable experience as much as any other doctor that I'd been to. So, listen, there's again, you will not get an ounce of criticism for, against weed out of me.
Okay.
On the team.
No, it's fine, and I totally understand. It is not the answer for everyone, and it is definitely not. And some people it does not affect the same. And and I think that any valid doctor who would prescribe it would know this might not work for you. Some people I know very well who've tried to smoke it. It never affects them the same. That they constantly are they get this paranoid feeling, they get this anxiety that never goes away. In other people, it helps them with their anxiety. And it just really kind of, I guess, I'm no doctor, of course, but I think it has to come down to how your brain functions, and how it works. So.
Sure, but that's the same thing about any kind of psychotropic drug, right?
Exactly, Prozac. Some people commit suicide after taking it.
I mean, there are people that fucking murder their spouse on chantings, right? Like, and that's something that is there to help you quit smoking.
Right.
Drugs. Y'all talking about the drugs?
Yeah, no, drug chat here, Brian. Welcome to Drug Chat. Now joining us. Brian Brushwood, what's up, man?
Oh, Jesus. It's every bit as bad as I feared. I've grown soft and stupid in my traveling hardcore warrior ways. Yeah.
What's up?
Huh?
What's up, man?
Just stressed. Very stressed. Very stressed.
You want to talk to the captain?
Yeah. Hey, hey, what's up, Captain?
Hold on, wait a minute.
Timothy, is the packing complete? That's the. I just realized I don't know, and I don't know that I'll ever know. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night laying in bed going through checklists, which means I probably won't be falling asleep in time for my waking up at what 4.
You don't have a magic show. Seems like you could pack pretty light.
Yeah.
Clothes, laptop.
Yeah. I mean, I think I got everything. I guess that makes it harder. Because if it was a show, I would know regimented every single thing. Right. But like, I'm not taking any carry-ons or anything. So
not a carry-on?
I'm sorry, no check luggage. So.
Ahoy, Brian.
Hello, Captain. How are you, sir?
Carry-ons.
Carry-ons? Wait.
When the last time I ever went to the carry-on.
Okay, now, when you say it, it makes it sound like you would hop on an airplane with, like, some roadkill. Are you saying carry on or carry on?
Roadkill. I once flew my ship down to Roadkill Island.
Roadkill Island, right?
Roadkill Island.
Hey, can I tell you I'm going to speak in code here, Captain. Can I speak in code?
Ahoy, yeah. I'm here for you, Brian.
Okay.
What God, permission to speak granted by the captain.
So
the scurvy dog. That's what I called my mom once, and she hit me in the face with a cod.
I once happened to be on set for a television production, and they they needed some carrion. They needed a dead snake. And I understand that Hollywood can be very sensitive about, killing animals for stuff.
You don't have to tell me twice. One time, Alan Alda and I were trying to film a movie. It was called Fuck You, the film, based on the novel Fuck You by Alan Alda.
Right on.
And he said, hey, I need to kill a snake. And I said, well, how about you use your dead dick, you old fuck? And we laughed and laughed and laughed. It was a hilarious time. Anyway, you tell your story.
Yeah. So at some point, watching behind the scenes, there's a moment where they need a dead snake, and they open up a refrigerator and they pull out a dead coiled up snake, and he's kind of frozen in a coiled up position. And then I was like, how does Hollywood get a dead snake? And then he was like, oh, this is roadkill. And I was like, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. You find some roadkill, and then I started to think, man, doesn't roadkill usually looks like it's been run over, and maybe doesn't die all coiled up? And I thought, man, that seems like that would be just a thing everyone would say about snakes.
All right, fine. Stop badgering me. You've discovered it. All right? The captain's been running a snake mill.
A snake mill? What kind of snakes?
Snake mill, Brian. What we do is we just take snakes and we feed them tiny little poison pellets. And then we say, oh, no, we ran over all of them. Look at my gigantic truck. The truck is really just a RAV4. The all new Toyota RAV4, in fact.
Careful.
Oh, wait, sorry. I mean, that's great. Honda suck dick. Anyway, back to my roadkill. It's great, and that's what I sold it to the project that you were working on because I was looking after you. I care about you, Brian.
I hear that.
And why are you so worried? Why are you in such a mood?
Oh, part of it was doing a whole week's worth of to-dos. Like, you figure, it's 2 days out from me leaving. I could prepare to leave in 2 days and do my regular gigs. And then you realize that you have to do 4 stand-ups, 3 Scam School remixes, then the day of Night Attack.
2 turtle doves and a partridge who just came out to his parents.
Do you feel like the trip, you'll have a pretty light load on the trip? Is that something you can look forward to?
He's trying to start a fight, Neshcom?
No.
Light load? What does that mean? I say you punch him right in his goddamn mouth, bro.
Hey,
Show him
by
who's
the way,
boss.
I did not get you early bird check-in, so you don't want to be a wizard of getting up at the right time and checking in.
Cool.
Yeah.
But I mean, is that something you can look forward to? Is being like, hey,
yeah, maybe. It's. I think that's the other part. Is there's parts that I can't talk about, and that always makes it super awkward because then I'm just that guy who has things he can't say,
right?
And so he keeps secrets from the ones he loves. The only word that I could think that rhymes with say.
Yay.
It just I've put
rhymes with say. I'm just saying. I'm trying to help you out.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. I think I got everything. I'm gonna turn it in because I have to be off in 3.5 hours.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. Time to pull her on into the harbor, Brian.
Roger that.
You gotta reel down the mast. Ahoy! Bang the bell 3 times because we're here. Put the chowder on for Daddy. As the old sea song goes.
The one good thing that happened out of repacking is I found, I believe, a year lost remix. I think it's this one that we
maybe yeah
that's the one.
Very cool.
Found her.
And like, I'm here if you forget something.
Yeah.
Don't stress too much.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's
hopefully that can
it's
help
fine.
some.
We're all fine here. How are you?
It sounds like we're maybe wrapping up then.
Ahoy! Well, this is the captain saying, please go to GoFlowers123 and use offer code Fuck Your Mom for a bouquet of flowers where and it'll get you to tell you I'm bye.
Bye, guys. Thanks for being patient.